So welcome you all to the training session of 7QC tools. And in today's session, after the clause of confidentiality, we will go through the tool number 5 stratification that yesterday we had given you the exercise that what we discussed in the morning I had shared with you, and we will discuss about that. I have got the reply from Mr. Upender only, and then we will continue tool number 6, that is histogram. So we have learned little bit about the histogram yesterday, and now we will continue with how to make histogram on the Excel sheet with the uh, data analysis add-on pack. Then tool number 7 is Pareto chart. So we will go through that, and tool number 8 flowchart. So with the all the 8 tools we have learned in this training program, we will summarize the session, and then we will brief you about how to get certified. So we will try to close by 9 o'clock. So clause of confidentiality, as we are telling you at the start of every session, do not share the screenshots, recordings, any part of the training content on any of the public platform without the prior permission from us. Share the knowledge, do not share the contents directly. So tool number 5, stratification, we have given you the exercise that a candy shop owner wants to analyze what kind of candies are in demand. So basically, you can stratify the data, because just by looking at the data, you will not be able to take a decision which candies are in a demand. So there is a combination of color and the shape of the candy. So you have to stratify the data according to the shape and according to the color. So how it can be done? You can do first stratification. It's just one of the way. Okay, you can do as you please. First, like the shape. So circle there are 65. The rectangle there are 32. And triangle shape 33. So there are in all 3 shapes only: circular, rectangular and triangular shape. So in all 65 circular demand, then 32 rectangle and triangle 32. Now if you go by the color, you will find that green color is 33, blue color is 22, yellow is 13, red is 24, purple 16 and black 22. Uh, what you did, Upender, you need to do the addition also, summation also, row wise and column wise. Then you will come to know that okay, around how many are there. As per your data also, there is 18 plus 7, 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65. As per your data also, circle there is 65. So you have done the right way. I am not cross checking all the things, but one I have cross checked with you, and the blue one is, as per you, there are 22. Blue one is 22. Okay. So basically now if you combine these two stratified data, if I combine these two, you will come to this. And here you will see that the shape wise and the color wise data is here. Now you can see a compiled data at one place. From here you can take the decision. So you can say that the red and the round is having 17, whereas the blue and round is having 14. Green and round is 18. So basically, if you circular, if you are saying the maximum demand is there, but in which color? Except for the violet and yellow, almost all other colors are in demand. So you can say you will buy red, black, blue and green in a circular shape, which is in the highest demand. First thing is that. Okay. After that, if you go to the triangle, there are 33 numbers in demand, and out of that you can say black in a triangle people are not liking, green in a triangle people are not liking, but violet and yellow people are liking in the triangular shape. And in the rectangle, only people are liking black and green color. So basically, based on this, you can take the decision which color and which kind of candies you can keep in your shop. Because what will happen, this will reduce your inventory of other कैंडीज विच आर नॉट इन डिमांड, जो डिमांड में नहीं है उनको रखना ही नहीं है. इट इज unnecessary a cost to you. It is not in demand, but you are keeping that one. So ultimately what will happen, there is an expiry date, nobody will take, and it is a loss to you. So the stratified data will help you to analyze it in a better way and take a wise decision, which will be helping your business to grow further. It might have happened that you don't have the stock of round candies. People have come to you, they ask for the round, you don't have. And candies is just an example. Okay. You can take any industrial product also, and you need to analyze which product is in demand. Because if you are a manufacturer, you are manufacturing yourself these candies, you should be knowing that the raw material what you are using, you should use wisely to manufacture these things. You need to have more molds, more machines for manufacturing the round shape rather than this one. You need to utilize your raw material wisely so that you make more of the round. Otherwise, what will happen? If you make equally all these things, equally distribute the color also, what will happen? People will come for round. You don't have the round in the stock. They will go to another shop, another company. So that's why analyzing the data using the stratification is a very good tool. Now, in industrial scenarios, as we have discussed, analyze your productivity, your machine's productivity, section's productivity by machine types, by way of shifts, by way of operator, by way of products, by way of the your different suppliers, because the quality of the material also depends on the suppliers. So you need to, what you need to do, you need to analyze it accordingly. So this is all about the stratification. We will move to now tool number 6, that is histogram. So yesterday we have seen the introduction of the histogram. What is histogram is? It's a frequency distribution. It will help you to analyze a bulk data in a better way. Which categories the data are more, where it is populated, at which area it is populated basically. And the histograms are plotted against the specification limits. We have seen what is specification limits. The specification limits are basically given by the designer, given by the product designer, given by the customer, given by the standards. And we have seen that when you see the tabulated data, it is very difficult to know where the data is located actually. But when you change it to the histogram, when you convert to the histogram, you can easily see at which position, at which value the most of the data is segregated or located. Now, how you can make the histogram? Yesterday we have gone through that you can do it manually also. If data is around 100, you can do it manually, no issue. But if data is more, if there is data is say 500 data, 600 data, how you are going to make it manually? It will take a lot of time and it may not be accurate also. So you can go to the Excel sheet and through the data analysis add-on, you can do that. Or if you have the access to the statistical analysis tools like Minitab, you can do that. Then we have seen constructing the histogram by categorizing data. So for that, the histogram has data, then categories, number of bars, and then it has the range. So you need to first decide on the bins and the bin range. The bins, number of bins to be selected depends on the number of data you are going to use for preparing the histogram. And then the bin range will be calculated based on this formula, that is R divided by C, that is range, the minimum and maximum value in your data set divided by the number of bins. Now we will go to the Excel sheet and then you will come to know how we are going to make that. Okay, so let us go to the Excel sheet and then you will be able to understand it in a better way. Any questions so far you can ask? Okay, this is the data basically, and it is already been done. So now you see this is a very much of a data. If you count total number, it is 346 data points are there, which is used to calculate or to make the histogram. Now the total number is 346. Okay, data is total number is more than 200. So now you can go as per your requirement. You can make say 15, you can make 20. Okay, to start you can start with the 20 also. And if you want to make number of, because as you have seen, just a minute and I will take that. Now if the data is above 200, it can be 15 plus. Now the data is 346. So you can go for 20 to start with. So let us start with the 20. Okay, we will start with the 20. Now what is the minimum? Because you need to calculate the range. Now you already have this C. We have taken 20 from this table. Now to calculate the range, you require the minimum of the total data. So we have put the formula minimum of this entire data point. So I will select this entire data point and I will enter. So minimum value is 119.6 and maximum value, again same formula, maximum, and selecting all this data from here. So instead of selecting from here, I am going there, equals to max. So this is your max data. 141.3. So what is the range? Range is the 21.7. So basically, when you make it on the Excel sheet, you have to just copy and paste and make it at one place. So this is the data actually. This is the 347 numbers I have copied and pasted at one place. If you can see here, 346 data is there. 346. Okay, the same data we have kept here because when you make the histogram, you will require to select this, not this. Okay, you have to give one column reference. So this will be the column reference. So when we go to that, thing you will come to know that, where the data analysis add-on pack is there. I will show you that. Now this is the range, and now what will be the bin range? I am just removing this. What will be the bin range? You have the formula for the bin range. What is that formula? R divided by C. Okay, R divided by C is the formula. So tell me what will be the bin range based on that. So you have the R and you have the C. So the bin range will be R divided by C. It is 1.08 is the bin range. 1.09. So for easy calculation you can take, for example, 1.1 also you can take. So the bin range you can take 1.1, or you can take smaller also. You want to take 1, you can take the bin range as 1 also. Now I will put 1 here, and the minimum value is 119.6. okay, the minimum value is 119.6. so I will choose any value below that. I can choose 119, I can choose 118 also, because I know there will be no any value after that. And I will start adding this bin range to that. So 118, because you know, if you try to make bar for each and every individual data, there will be so many bars will be there, and it will not show you any shape. That's why you have to go by the bins. And what is that bins? Because in the, if you go through the Minitab or something, the bins are automatically selected. Okay, it calculates and selects automatically. But in the Excel sheet, when you want to do, you have to calculate yourself, and then you have to use that data analysis add-on tool. It will be like, it is giving reference to this one. I select it as a 1. So 118, 19, 20, 22, this is the bin range. Now maximum value is 141.3. So I can go up to 141, 142, or I can go up to 143 also. After that I will stop. Okay. Now I have the data, I have the bin range. Now I can easily calculate. Yes, Vaishnavi, you are not connected. You need to connect to the audio. Just a minute, she is having some problem. Okay, now you are connected, Vaishnavi. I can see that you are connected to the audio now. You can hear me now? Can you confirm? Vaishnavi, can you confirm that you can hear me now? Okay, because you are, I am seeing you connected. I think you are, you can, I am audible to you. Now, what you have to do, you have to go to the data. Okay, you have to go to the data. Now, depending on the what kind of, or what version of the Excel you are using, the menu might be different little bit. You click on the data, and then you move to data analysis here. Okay, you move to here. So you click on the data analysis. Now you have many of the options here, and out of that you are going to select histogram. Okay, there are so many: analysis of variation, ANOVA, correlation, covariance, F-test, this and that. So many things are there. So you are going to do it histogram and click on the OK. Now what is the input range? Input range means the data what you are going to select. So input range means select all the data, 346 number, that is your input range. So I have selected this 346 data points. And what is the bin range now? So bin range will be what we have calculated. So this is my bin range up to 143. Okay, output range you can select you can have it in the new worksheet, okay, or you can have it on the new workbook if you want. You don't want cumulative percent, you don't want per, don't click on, and you can have it as a chart output. Okay, you are putting it as a chart output. If you want to do the labels, it will have the labels. You want to give the output range, it will have output range. If you want new worksheet, new worksheet ply, and I will click on the OK. Now it has given you this. This is your histogram now of all these 346 data, and now you can add data labels. Okay. When it say 119 to 120, now this 119, 120, so basically it has data from 120 to 120 20.9, up to that it has the data. Okay, these are your bin ranges. And now you can make it further. You can make further changes, and you can, the overlap gap width is too much, you can reduce it, the gap width, you can make gap width 0. Now it will give you the shape of the histogram. Okay, now you need to select your LCL, LSL, USL also. If your LSL is 115, you have to take data from 115 up to this. And here if you can see, if your LSL and USL is 115 and 145, your data is not normally distributed. Okay, you can see your data is now slightly skewed towards left. It looks like this, is it not? Most of the data is now here at this position. Okay, so this is your histogram is prepared now. Now if you are not very comfortable with the shape of this one, you are not able to judge what is happening, you change the number of categories here. You can go for the 25 numbers and see what happens. But when you make at the 25, all your calculations will change. Okay, your bin range and everything is going to change, because the formula involves C divided by R. Sorry, R divided by the C. So the formula is range divided by C. So it is 0.87. Okay. Now your bins is going to change now. When it comes 0.87, your bins are going to change. And here you need to drag it further to include all the data. 40.6, 43. Your maximum data is 41.3, so it is okay. Now again what you have to do, again go to the data, go to the data analysis, select the histogram, click on the OK. For the bin range, data already selected, and for the bin range you need to select the data from 118 up to this one. You click on the OK. Now your new histogram is ready. I hope the Excel sheet is visible to you. What I am doing is visible to you. It might look difficult for you to understand in the first attempt. Okay. The thing what I am telling you every time is that you need to practice. You need to try to make it yourself. Play with the data. Now again I am going to format it, and the gap I am going to reduce to 0, so that it looks like a histogram proper. Now here also you can see, okay, it is at the one side, concentrated at one side. So you know that yes, there are certain peaks. You can see two peaks here, different peaks are there. Like at 122.3, it is the highest value is coming at this point. Then 124.9, here also there is a peak, here is also peak. So it can happen that this data is from different processes or from different suppliers, it might happen, or from different shifts, and your data is having the variation. Every shift has its own range of the data, that's why it is showing you different peaks. So basically, when you analyze your own data at your own organization, you will come to know it in a better way. When you do it with the actual data of your process, you will find out how your histogram is looking. If you compare it against the specification limit, okay, if specification limit is at here 115 and 145, many of the data is nearer to the lower specification limit. So the chances is that you may cross the lower specification limit sometime and you will produce the non-conforming product. So if your specification limits are like this, your data has to be in the center, normally distributed, so that the chances of product going out of specification is lesser. You need to drive the vehicle at the center with the lowest variation possible. And that will define your CPK, the process capability. What your process is capable of, or your process performance, how your process is performing actually. That also defines how many standard deviations your specification limits are spaced from the center line, from the mean of the data. How many standard deviations are it is away from the mean line. That defines the sigma level of your process. Now the sigma level and everything, actually we cover it in the SPC training program. It's a little bit deeper subject, but just to let you know how these histograms are used. And it is not just say representation of the data in this format in the bar chart. It actually tells you about the how your process performing, what is the capability of your process, what are the chances of your process producing the non-conforming product. Just as we are on the topic, we will just consider in this particular data, okay, let us calculate the CPK. Okay, just consider the LSL, lower specification limit is 115, upper specification limit is 145, just for the sake of taking. Now you need to find out the standard deviation. Okay, now again standard deviation is taken by two way. One is R bar by D2, another is by way of by using the Excel sheet you can have that one, okay, directly. But when you have this one, if you take it from the Excel sheet directly, you need to utilize the formula STDEV dot P, sorry, sample standard deviation on a sampling basis, and this will give you the CPK value, not the PPK value. Again, there is a difference between the CPK PPK based on how the standard deviation is being calculated. Again, it is a part of the SPC training program, but just for the sake of calculating the this one, I am making it easier for you. So standard deviation is 3.402. So what will be the CPKL and CPKU? Before that, you need the average of the data. Average of the data is AVERAGE, and this entire data I am selecting. Okay, so average of the data is at 125.5. Now for CPK calculation, you have average minus LSL divided by 3 into standard deviation. It is 1.02, and for the CPKU it will be the USL minus average divided by 3 into standard deviation. It is 1.91, but actually your CPK will be lower of these two. So minimum of the CPKL and CPKU. When CPKU is higher than CPKL, it means your process is not centered. Okay, your process is not centered. It means your process is not centered. It is leaning towards the opposite side, that is on the lower side specification. Okay, it is away from the upper side, that's why it is showing you 1.91. when it shows 1.91, it means the chances of your product going out of the upper specification limit is lower, very low, but the chances of your product going out of specification toward the lower specification is more. Okay, so basically from the data you can calculate all these things. Another way you can do it using the R bar by D2 also. Again, you need to calculate the range, then you have to calculate the R bar, and then you have to calculate, take the value of 1.128 for the D2 value. Control chart we have calculated na? From the table 1.128 is the D2 value, and from there you calculate. Now you see what we have taken, the standard deviation here is 3.402. How much it will come utilizing the range, that also let us calculate. Not a big thing for us. The range data I am taking for entire these values. Okay, but I have to take the absolute of this, so I will make ABS of this and I will drag it. Okay, and I have to take the average of this, so R bar, I can say R bar value is average of little bit confusing, because if you are aware of all this CPK, PPK, then no problem, you must be understanding everything. But if you are not aware of that, you are hearing it for the first time or seeing it for the first time, a little bit difficult topic to understand, but it is interesting. The thing is that you need to try it. Okay, you need to utilize this, you need to play with the data of your organization. You need to play in the sense, you need to collect the data, you need to try to make these things on your own. Now R bar by D2, the D2 value is 1.128 because we are taking the range of two values, so this one divided by this. So your standard deviation is 2.52. When you calculate using R bar by D2, your this one is 2.52, the standard deviation, whereas the standard deviation we calculated from here is 3.402. Now looking at the data, as we have taken this hypothetical data, you can say there are certain special causes might be present. Okay, special causes might be present, because from the same thing you can calculate the LCL and UCL also. The average of the data minus 3 into R bar by D2. So 117 and average plus 3 into R bar by D2. So R bar by D2. So 133. Now you see there are special causes present, as I told you from the data, because when you see that the R bar by D2 value is lesser than what you calculated from the Excel sheet directly, it means there are certain special causes present. And you can clearly see the your LSL is LCL control limit is 117.9 and UCL is 133.1. And if you go through the data, you will find that many of the data are out of UCL. Okay, the values are 141.3, something like that. It means there are certain special causes present in the system. You need to remove that and then analyze the data again. Okay, so for the time being, stick to the how you are going to make the histogram, and after that you may come to know, oh, there are certain issues. Okay, when you calculate the performance, first thing you will come to know that yes, your data is not centered, your data is moving towards one side, it is not centered, there are issues. Like here clear cut you can see there is a special cause. You see there is a special cause, 141.1 value is out of control limit. Okay, 136.3, so these are basically, and as per this your control limits are 133.1. So above 133.1, whatever the data is there, it's a special cause pattern. You need to analyze that. Now, just for the sake of checking, what I will do, whatever the data is there above 133.1, just for as we are here, we will just remove that data. The data which is above 133.1. So one data is here. So what I will do, I will remove this directly, or 130. I will make it 130 and 133.1. 135 point. So 130 I will make it 130. Again 135 is there, so 130 I will make it, just for the sake of making you people understand how it impacts. And if you remove the out points, how it is going to impact the CPK also, or R bar by D2 value majorly. If you have any doubt, you can raise now. Okay, any of the doubt regarding the calculation, regarding preparation of the histogram, or even CPK also you can ask. Yeah, here it is 136. So 130 I am making. Okay, and 141 was there. Now let's see whether there is any value of 141. Now the minimum and maximum, it is still showing me 141. So let us see where the 141, here it is. Okay, so I have taken the data from there maximum. So I will take maximum data from here. Let us see what is the maximum value now. Now it is 134.6 still is there. So 130 and 134.6 is still there. Okay. So let us change it to 130 and see. Yeah, now it is 132.8, still above the control limits. 132.8 is there. Okay. Yeah, here it is. So let us see now. It is 132.3. Okay, now it is not uh, above this one. Now let us calculate this standard deviation here. Now it has come down to 3.05. Okay, it has come down to 3.05. Yeah, and this is 2.15. And your control limits are this one. Uh, your R bar came from here, D2 is okay, and your this value is now 2.308562. Okay. So basically, this is how you are going to prepare the histogram. Then when you do the analysis of the CPK, PPK, you will come to know, okay, what is the difference between these two, how it is going to get affected by the, say, how your data is being distributed, where your data is located. Okay. Okay. Any doubt if you have, you can ask, else we will move to the presentation. So this is how we have created the histogram from the data what we had. Now there are different types of histogram shapes. Okay, so just looking at the shape, you can get some idea what this data is wants to tell you. Okay, this data will try to tell you something. The histogram speaks with you. It will tell you how your data is, from which process it has been taken. Are there any double processes? So the first shape is the normal, then skewed, then double peak, or you can say bimodal, plateau type, H peak type, truncated or hard cut, and then there is a dog food. So let us go through each and every one, each and every shape. So normal, basically this is the common pattern you can say, and it is a most sought after distribution type. The chances of your product getting out of specification will be lesser, but it is true when you have the LSL, lower specification limit, and upper specification limit. Okay, if you have only one kind of specification limit, if only the lower specification limit is given, there are certain properties where only lower specification limit is mentioned. For example, the torsion of the wire, the strength of certain material, there is no upper specification limit specified. The calorific value of the fuel, higher the better, why to worry about. So if only lower specification limit is given, then you may not get this normal, you may have maximum data at this point, because you are aiming for this, you want maximum data to be away from this one. So it is not that normal is always good. But if the lower and upper specification is there, you can have a normal distribution, and that is the best thing. That is the best thing. Then there is a skewed type, the one which we have seen, जो हमने अभी देखा था थोड़ी देर पहले, that is a skewed type. हमने देखा कि वो डेटा एक साइड में सेग्रीगेट हुआ है, एक साइड में फैला हुआ है, like this one. With it can be on the another way also. It can be skewed to the left, it can be skewed to the right. Sometimes it will be like this also. है ना? So it is basically skewed on this side. It can be like that also. है ना? It is either left skewed or right skewed. It means that your process is not centered. You are running the process nearer to one of the specification limit. Now, if you are getting a material from the supplier, you are analyzing that and you find that yes, it is skewed towards the lower specification limit. It means that your supplier might be trying to make it nearer to the lower specification limit to save on certain costs. For example, if you are getting a coated material, okay, if you are getting a coated material, you have given them a specification of 10 micron to 20 micron, which is very high, but I am just taking the example. You want a coating between 10 to 20 micron, and you are paying them as per the pieces, not per the weight of the material or weight of the coating. So as a supplier, what he will try to do, he will try to make many of the product near to this one. He want to make it between 10 to 15 only. Why he will give you more? Because you are not paying him for this much. Okay, you are paying whatever the specification, whatever the material he supplies between 10 to 20 micron, you are accepting that. So as a supplier, he can choose to produce most of the product between this one, and very few will be at this range. In this case, when you analyze it on the histogram, you will see a pattern like this, and you will come to know that many of the data are nearer to the lower specification limit. It is acceptable, well acceptable. But what happens, the capability is lower in such cases. The chances of that product going out of specification is more. So you need to analyze the data first, then analyze its capability, its performance, basically PPK data, and see whether it is meeting your PPK requirement or not. Normally the PPK of 1.67 is demanded by the customers from its suppliers. I don't know whether your organization is following this or not, but many of the customers are now asking the supplier to maintain the CPK of 1.67. So just supplying the data within the specification limit is not enough. Okay. Double peak or bimodal. When you get the data from two different processes or suppliers or machines or shifts or from different persons, it may follow a different trend altogether. May not be always like this one, what I have shown here. Sometimes it is a you can say overlapped also. It is like this here, and then it is from the different supplier from here. Sometimes it is overlapped, you can have, and another supplier can be like this. Okay, if you have three supplier, it may look like this one also. Certain data are overlapped, but you can have different peak, because every supplier have his own process, he has own process control. So you may get different peaks. Or even in your organization also, you can check the same product. If you are manufacturing from different machines, you will have different behavior altogether. You cannot have the similar distribution from the three different machines. It will be different, definitely. Slightly it is going to be different. You need to analyze, you will find out that. Even the supplier, if you are checking the tensile strength, if you are checking the hardness, if you are checking the dimensional properties of the material received from different suppliers, you will get different material altogether. You can see the different pattern. The plateau is basically called multimodal. The several processes with the normal distribution are combined, and there are several processes, maybe 4-5 processes are there. Okay, the bimodal is only two here. Okay, two different processes here, more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a plateau type, because you are getting many peaks, one here, one here, one here, one here. So it means many of the processes are combined in this data. It is called multimodal or plateau. Then H peak type. This is basically happens by the faulty construction of the histogram. When you choose the number of bins incorrectly, Okay, the bin ranges are calculated wrongly. Such kind of data appear. It is called a HPIC type, a COM type. If you get such kind of a data, then just look at the number of bins what you have selected, the bin range you have selected, and recalculate the bin range, the number of bins, choose different number of bins, and then again check whether the histogram shape has changed or not. Then the truncated, or you can say hard cut also. It happens when your supplier send you the material selectively. Okay, like we talked about the CPK capability. If your capability demand is higher, like 1.67, you are asking, what the supplier will do? He will choose the material from the center of the specification and he will send you that only. He will not send nearer to the lower, nearer to the upper specification, because you are a demanding customer. You might be doing that also with your customers. Sometime what you do, you choose certain good material and send it to some customer who are more quality cautious, who are more demanding, who are more quality sensitive there, and they might be asking you, giving you the feedback about your material, and based on that what you are doing, you are sending them the material, segregated material, a good quality material. If you make the histogram of that particular material, you will find like this. There will be no material near to the upper, no material near to the lower specification, no material near to the upper, only at the center. You do it for the material that you receive from the customer, your supplier, sorry. And if you find out like this one, you can be very sure that the material what you got is segregated by the customer. Okay, it never happens that a machine can produce only at the center, not nearer. Some data will always be there, one piece, two piece will always be there. That's why the normal distribution will be there. Every process tends to vary, है ना? Every process tends to vary. A simple process like going to the office, reaching to the office will vary. Then the industrial process are more complex, it is going to vary. There is no option at all. So you have to have certain values near to the lower, have to have certain values to the upper. If it is not, then it is a segregation done by the supplier. Then dog food. Now tell me what happens, because customer supplier has produced the material. Okay, he has the material near the lower specification and upper specification also. But when he send the segregated material to one of the customer, whatever is remaining is nothing but a dog food, and he is going to send it to some supplier. That is for sure. Sorry, some customer, and that customer needs to check. Now if we analyze the histogram and if you find out you got the material near to this, you got the material near to this, it means he has sent you the material, leftover material from after segregating the good material. You are not getting this. A good material has gone to somewhere else and dog food has come to you. It might have happened that okay, this is he sending to one, this is he sending to one, so you will get a like this here, and then like this. There is no nothing like that. There is no material here. It means it is a dog food. If it is Skew Type, okay, you will have certain material here. But if it is just like increasing here and stop, then it is a dog food he has sent to you. This is called dog food type of histogram. So these are the various kinds of histogram based on their shape. Even if you don't go to the details of the CPK and everything, still the shape of the histogram will tells you a lot about the quality of the material that you are receiving. So histogram is a very good tool in controlling, in checking the quality of the material. you are receiving, the quality of the material you are producing, the process what you are running, whether your process is centered or not, it can clearly tell you. When you want to use, when the data are numerical, for histogram you have to have the numerical data. Without that it is not possible. When you want to check whether the process data is normally distributed or not, when you want to check whether your process can meet the customer requirement, the CPK, PPK requirement or not, when you want to analyze how your supplier's process data is looking like, when you want to analyze your incoming process, incoming material, you can use the histograms. When you want to check whether any changes has happened in the processes over a period of time, when you check 2 or 3 months data altogether and you plot a histogram and you will find multiple peaks, it means your process data is changing over a period of time. Your process center might be shifting, and that is what you have to check using the histograms. When you want to check whether your output is from 2 or more processes, and you need to utilize this histogram when you want to communicate about your data's distribution very quickly and easily to the others in a understand it, so that they can understand it easily. Okay, so any doubt in the histogram? As I told you, this, the control chart, the histograms are little bit difficult. It is not that easy. Unless and until you try on your own, you start preparing the histogram, you start preparing the control charts and other tools also, then you will understand it in a better way. It's like a tool in your hand. You need to try it. Unless and until you try, if you keep it as it is, today you got the knowledge about these tools, you need to keep utilizing this knowledge. Otherwise, like a unused tool, it get rusted. Similarly, the knowledge, if it is not used, it will get rusted. You will forget about it. है. Practically, you need to utilize these tools. The practical which you carry out will enhance your understanding about this tool. It will, you will learn a lot about the data, lot about your processes. Okay. So now let us start with the tool number 7, that is Pareto chart. So if you people have any doubt till now, you can raise. Else we will have a small break of 2 minutes. Okay, and then we will start the tool number 7. Tool number 7, Pareto chart. The Pareto, as the name suggests, and it is after the name of the economist basically, not the statistician, Wilfredo Pareto. He has conceptualized this basically, and initially he has created the formula to represent the uneven distribution of the wealth within the society. And he said that 80% of the wealth is with 20% of the people. And this is, he has done to show the disparity, the wealth disparity, the economic disparity within the society. And the statistician has then taken up this concept and related it with the industrial scenarios, and they said that 80% of the problems are caused by the 20% of the people, or you can say the 20% of the causes. Don't say directly the people. Basically, 80% of the problems are because of the 20% of the reasons or 20% of the causes. Vital few, trivial many. Like the chances, you have a syllabus. Okay, it's just like we have a syllabus, and out of that syllabus, from that particular, not out of, from that particular syllabus, you get certain questions in the examinations. Now tell me, when you go for the examination just before 1 hour or just before 2 hours of the examination, are you going to go through the complete syllabus during those 2 hours, or you are going to just go through the certain topics which you know the chances of questions coming from that particular topics are more? What you do? क्या करते हो आप? क्या आप पूरे सिलेबस से जाओगे या you will just go through certain very important topics? Only important topics you go through, है? And unknowingly you follow the Pareto principle. When we were in the college, we were not knowing about the Pareto, but actually we follow the Pareto principle. We know that yes, it is not possible to go through the entire syllabus, and we go by this Pareto principle that the 20%, 80% of the questions will come from this 20% of the syllabus, because it is the important thing. We follow that one. Or another way will be what the topics you go through, which you know that okay, it is difficult to remember over a longer period of time. So what we do, for the last few hours we go through that so that you can remember it, and you go and attempt that first. So basically you are going to pluck the important, the low hanging fruits basically. Okay, you know that if you go through this much of syllabus, you are going to get maximum marks. It is basically prioritizing your choices, so that logically, basically prioritizing the choices logically, so that you get the maximum output, maximum benefit. As we seen in the stratification, the Pareto, why I told you that some people will not taught you about the stratification, because just doing the stratification is of no help. So Pareto is basically arranging the stratified data only. For carrying out the Pareto chart, you need to do the stratification. So normally stratification is a part of Pareto chart only. That's why people will not teach you about the stratification, and they include the flowchart. Now the stratified data what you have, it is of no use unless and until you arrange it in a useful manner. You have the stratified data of the region wise sales, but unless and until you now you make a Pareto chart or arrange it such a way that you should be able to pinpoint it to say which region is having maximum sales, A, B, C, D, E, which region. Just look at the below graph. The Pareto chart is having two things. There are two components in the Pareto chart. One is the frequency in the form of bars arranged in descending order, means highest to lowest. So if it is a sales, you will arrange it the highest sales area, then next lowest, then next lowest, and then next lowest. So you have to arrange the data in the descending order. On the left the highest value, on the right the lowest value, and then a line graph which represents the cumulative percentage. Now how much total percentage this contributes? It is contributing 38%. How much this 2 is going to contribute? 69%. How much this 3 is going to contribute? 85%. So if you cover these two, 70% of the issues will get addressed. Okay, or this 2 is contributing to around 70%, you can focus on this. So actually this 5 out of 5 categories, only 2 category, means 40% of the category giving result of 70%. Okay, 80-20 is like to it is was speaking. It doesn't mean ki every time you will get 20% of the category is going to give you the 80% result. It is not going to happen in the practical world. But here you can see only the 40% of the category, that is these two categories. Out of 5, 2 means 40%, giving you the 70% of the results. So if you focus on the 40%, you will get 70% the results. Like this graph we have made, this Pareto we have made for the reason for low score in the job selection. It shows you that you are getting good score. The reason is, so 25%, 25 people have scored lesser in the group discussion. It is not higher score, it is the reason for low score. So group discussion is the highest contributing factor for low score. Then by the personal interview, then aptitude, then technical knowledge, and then body language. So your lower score is because of these two things. So what you do, you will prepare. Definitely all other things you have to focus. It is not that you will not focus, but whatever your current status is about the body language, technical knowledge, and aptitude, it is okay. Or you have to take a lesser effort, but more focus should be given on the group discussion and the personal interview. Similar way, if you make it for an industrial example, okay, uh, just a minute. Before that, just take an example. Just take an example of COVID cases. When the first time the COVID has came, that time you must have seen there were certain states where the COVID cases were more. And if you do the Pareto analysis, you will find out that these 5 states, or if you include the 8 state also, 6, 7 states, right from MP, UP, okay, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, they are contributing to almost 77%. Now, what the administration has to do, they have to focus on these states. Definitely, whatever the controls they have kept on the other state, okay, they have to keep it like that. It is not like that, okay, they will open up other states. No, it means whatever the current controls are there, they are enough to control the COVID cases at these places. But for these particular states, they have to take certain other steps so that, or implement the similar steps what other states have taken, so that to bring the tally down. You have resource constraints. It is not that in the industry you have all the resources. That's why you need to prioritize. Same like you don't have the entire day for study, you have only 1 or 2 hours left. That's why what you do, you focus on the important topic. Similar way, you have the limited resources, so you focus on the certain states. You put your entire efforts on this particular state so that you bring down the tally and relieve your resources. Use your resources wisely. In the similar way, you can see the industrial examples of breakdown times, breakdown hours. You cannot have the fitter, the electricians in a bulk, or extra people in the factory. So what you do, you focus on the important or recurring. So you do the Pareto of that one, and you will find out what is the main reason for the breakdown, what are the major reasons for the breakdown, and you do the brainstorming, you find out the causes, you take the action on that, so that you can reduce the breakdown very easily. You can reduce the overall tally very fast when you do the Pareto analysis. Now, how you are going to make the Pareto chart? The Pareto chart, one is manually you can do. You classify the data into the useful categories first, stratification you have to do, then arrange the data in the descending order from higher to lower. Then you make a graph, you make a bar graph, and then you make a cumulative graph percentage, line graph showing the cumulative percentage. That is one thing. Or you can sort the data into useful categories, and then using MS Excel data analysis add-on, you can prepare the Pareto chart that is called the sorted histogram. But again, in that you will not get the line of this one. The cumulative percentage line will be difficult. We will try that one, and you can do it using the statistical analysis tool like Minitab also. You can do that. Okay. So now let us go to the Excel sheet and see how we can make the Pareto chart. Any doubt? If you have, you can ask. Okay, so this we have already prepared in the past. Now we will do it again. This is the data you have. For example, you have data of breakdown. कि what are the various machine numbers and what is the downtime and what is the reason. Now you want to check which machine. Now you can do it machine wise also, which machine you need to focus. Okay, that is one way. Or you can make a Pareto for the reason also. There are both the way you can do it. You can focus on the reasons, which reason is causing more breakdown or downtime, whether it's the manpower, whether it's the mechanical issue, whether it's the quality issue, whether it's the electrical issue, whether it's the material quality issue, whether it's the non-availability of the material, which is causing the more downtime. Downtime is not only the breakdown I am talking about. Downtime means your machine is not running. You are losing the production. Or you can focus on the machine number also. So this is the data we have. Okay. So this much data we have. Now let us categorize it. Okay, this is one kind of data. So let us first make the categorization of the data. If you want to make it utilizing the machine number, so copy this data. You people very well know how to make it, sort it. Still I am doing it. So this is machine wise. So what I will do, I will categorize from machine to machine. So I will just go to A to Z. So all L data is here now. I will put machine number L, and then is the downtime minutes. This is one way. So machine number L, I will make the total for L machine. Total is 298 minutes. Then I go to the M. For M machine, the total is 239. M is 239. Then I will go to N. The N machine is having 89 minutes. And after N, I will go to Q. Q is having 129. R is having 58. X is having 37. Is it 67? 58, 37. Okay. And Y is having 60. Y machine is having 60. Sorry, 60, and Z is having 70. Okay. Now this data we have taken, so any without the Pareto also anyone can say, oh, this three machine needs to be focused. Okay. But let us see how much cumulatively it goes. है ना? Now the another next step will be to make it from higher to lower. Okay. This is the machine number comes here, and now you will make it descending from largest to smallest. Then you will make a cumulative percentage also. Okay, so what is the total of this? And the total you need to write here. What is the total? So sum of all the breakdown minutes is the sum 980. So I will just put 980 everywhere. And how much percentage this particular L machine is having? So 298 divided by 918 into 100. So that is 30%, 24%, 13%, 9%. This is the cumulative percentage. Now what you need to do, you have all the data required. So you will make a graph out of these two first. Okay, so you will have x-axis and this is the y-axis data. You go to the insert and first you need to make the bar graph. Okay, okay, first you make this. You just go to the insert and make the bar graph. Now this is the bar graph has been made. Now go to the select data, select the x-axis. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay. So you go to the select data, you go to the x-axis, and I will select the machine number. You have to edit it. It is the data basically. Now you have the machine and you can have the data labels also. This is the how many minutes the breakdown was there. Now this data is created, Pareto is created, but it is not completed. You have only created one thing. Now another is the putting the cumulative percentage line. Now cumulative percentage line you have to put it on the another axis. Okay, so again there are two ways to do it, depending on the version. Okay, your version of the Excel sheet, you can have here cumulative percentage and you select the data and you select this. Okay, that is the, it is like this. You put it okay, your data is here already. This is the cumulative percentage data. Now you, what you can do, you can right click it here and you put the format data series. Right click and put on the format data series. There is the option. Okay, there is the option of primary or sorry, just a minute, there is some mistake happened here. It is not the cumulative percentage, it is just a percentage, and cumulative percentage will be, this is 34 and the cumulative percentage will be this one plus this one, then 54.8 plus 13.2. So this is the cumulative percentage. The end will be at the 100%. Cumulative means total percentage. The first category 30.4, first and two both together 54.8, first, second and third both together 68%. So this is the cumulative percentage basically, and you need to, yeah, select this. You put a right click on this one, format data series, and put on the secondary. Okay, that is the secondary, and you just close it. Now when you click in here again and you put change series type to the line, okay, you can cumulative percentage, you can check a line. Now if you want it to make it in a look better way, you add data labels, make a different color, or you put it under some color so that you know this represents this line. Now the cumulative percentage should start from here, so you have to format the data series again. You start, you make it 900 for example. So now it has started from the tip. Normally it should start from the tip here. You can again change the this series to yeah. So now you can see the L machine. L machine is contributing to 30.4% of the downtime, M 54.3, Q 68, and N 77. So these four machines are contributing to 77%. Okay. As you go and you know that okay, these machines are lesser contributing towards the breakdown. So this is machine wise. So similar way you can do for the production, for the downtime. Now if you want to do it for the type of breakdown, okay, whether it's the quality issue, whether it's a mechanical issue, whether it's a material issue, again you have to sort the data like that way, है ना. आपको sorting उस तरह से करना पड़ेगा, like we had done, है ना, like we had done. This is way हमने वो पूरे डाटा को इस तरह से चेंज किया था वापस, है ना. And we got that okay, electrical 20, electrical this, mechanical this much, है ना. And then we converted it to this. No manpower, how much, mechanical, quality, no material, electrical. And then we have done the analysis. Again, cumulative percentage is this much, this much, this much. And then we make a graph out of this again. Same Pareto we can do. So basically, Pareto is nothing but stratification of the data, arranging the data in the highest to lowest categories, and then preparing a cumulative percentage line so that you will able to visualize easily where you have to focus, where you have to target. Okay, so you know, you get the visualization. So it is not just for the problem solving, it is for the improvement also. If you want to improve the sales, if you want to improve the productivity, if you want to improve the safety of the workplace, you can do the Pareto for the accidents happening as per the sections. So it's up to you how you want to utilize this tool. But so it's the great visualization tool. You can communicate your data very effectively with others instead of showing it on the table. Tabulated data sometimes people get confused. People will not be able to pinpointedly say where to focus. But if you use the Pareto chart, you will be in a better position to communicate visually. People can easily see which machine to focus first. Then you can do further analysis. Why L more? Which category it is more? Where to focus again? Whether L is the old machine, whether it has some problems, electrical problems, some say programming problem. What is the issue? And once you take action here, next you can move, next you can move. So ultimate aim is to reduce the breakdown time so that your productivity improves. Okay. So this is how you make the Pareto. Any doubt in this one? If you have any doubt, people can ask. No doubt. Okay, then we will move to the next. We have seen how to make the Pareto from this data. We have taken this data, we have done the exercise. Okay. When you want to use the Pareto chart, when you want to analyze the data about the frequency of the problems or the causes in the process, when you have many problems, many causes, and you want to focus on the most significant, like you are going to the examination, you want to focus on the important topics. So similar way, you want to focus on the burning issues, most burning issues which is impacting your performance, your organization's performance. Like if you want to improve the quality, you may start focusing on the non-conforming product. The non-conforming product produced in which categories? Whether it's the dimensional issue, whether it's the chemical composition issue, whether it's a appearance issue, whether it's the mechanical damage issue, what kind of issues are there in your product, which is the most significant issue, which is a repeating issue, then you can focus on that particular issue so as to improve your product's quality. Now the last tool is the tool number 8, that is flowchart. So tool, tool number 8, flowchart. So flowchart is a very simple tool, okay, and it doesn't involve any say calculation statistics, but it's a very important tool because all our tools are focused in solving the problem. All our tools are focused in improving the processes. Why you are learning the QC tools? It is basically you will get equipped with the tools in your hand so that you can analyze data, analyze the process in a better way. And why you want to analyze, why you want to study the process? To improve it further, to solve the issues, to improve the productivity, to improve the work environment, to improve the sales, to improve the productivity. All these are your goals. So flowchart is also one of the tool which will tell you about your process, which will help you to improve the process. How it is going to help you? Let us go through that. So flow diagram or flowchart, it is a graphical representation of the sequence of steps required to produce some output. So before improving the process, it is very necessary to understand the process properly. When you want to carry out the brainstorming session for finding out the probable causes of any matter, any topic, your people, the persons involved in the brainstorming should be well aware of the process, how it works. So 2 or 3 minutes of time should be dedicated to make the participant understand about the process you are talking about. There might be certain people who are not working in the process directly, but they are the part of the brainstorming session, like the HR people, the purchase people, the maintenance people, the production quality, okay, assurance people. They know because they, day in day out they are in the process, so they know about how it is working. But when other peoples are also there in the brainstorming session, how will be they knowing? So in the lesser time, how you will make them better understood the process you are talking about? With the help of flowchart. It, you will tell them the sequence, what is happening in the process, where the input is coming, where the output is going, what kind of checks and balances you have put in the process. And to make them understand it in a better way, what you are going to do, you are going to make, or you have to use various shapes to represent a particular kind of activity. Dr. Edward Deming, you must have heard, he is a quality guru, one of the quality guru. He says, draw a flowchart for whatever you do. Until you do not know what you are doing. You just have a job to do. It means whatever you are doing, whether you are testing a material, whether you are producing something, whether you are purchasing something, whether you want to go somewhere, you draw a flow chart. You put the process steps on a piece of paper. You will get better understanding of that, and you can do that in a better way. You can do that job in a better way. Whatever the process you do, a simple process, okay, a simple process like making a food, there are certain steps involved. Got it? A certain, like a preparation of the food, right from bringing the vegetables, cleaning of the vegetables, cutting of the vegetables, then heating of the pan, putting the oil, putting the vegetables, then stirring it, or then mixing it, adding the masala, all these steps are there, and cooking it, then serving it. So now, if you have a proper process flow chart, you can think of improvising that. You can think of improving that particular process, because you know what all steps are there in that particular process. So the process basically has starting of the process, ending of the process. In between, there will be a decision making. And in that process, there will be certain inputs and certain outputs in between also. Like chopping is a process, output is a chopped vehicle, a chopped vegetable. Definitely, the cooking process starts with the uncooked food and ends with the cooked food. But in between also there are certain steps. Similar in your factory, there must be some tons of sub processes. It is not like you put the raw material from one side and you get the finished product on the other side. There must be different steps, different processes involved. So, and in between there must be a decision making also. You must be checking the product in between. You are taking a decision whether to pass it for the next process or not. And then there must be certain document preparation also, certain reports, certain test report, and a certain non-conformance report, certain okay material labeling. All these documentation will be there. A simple process like traveling from one place to another will also have different steps. Now, what are the various symbols to be used in the flowchart? It has a meaning. Okay, the symbols have a meaning. So to start or end of a process, basically when we talked about a manufacturing process, there will be a start process somewhere and then there will be a end process somewhere. The start and end points will be either be shown using the oval or using the rectangular, means with a smooth corner, not rectangle, rectangle with a smooth corner. To avoid confusion, normally people go for the oval shape, because the smooth end rectangle can be confused with the rectangle, which is basically representing a steps in the processes. Then the arrow to show the direction of the process, where from where it is coming and from where it is going. Diamond shape is the decision box. You get something from certain process, you say, is it matching the requirement, dimensionally matching the requirement? If S is there, it will go to the next. If no is there, you have to take the decision whether you are going to scrap it, whether you are going to rework it. If rework is done, again it will go for the checking, whether it is going to be a scrap, downgraded. So all the decisions will be there. Then if there is a delay in between somewhere, you are going to use this step. It is not a sequence, okay? It is not, don't think that okay, it is like start and then process, then arrow, then decision, then this. No. Okay, it may, after this it might be come to here again. So I will show you a process flow, in that you will understand. Then there is a circle. Circle will show the linkage from one flowchart to another flowchart, from one page to another. Like if you are making a flowchart and it is not possible to cover entire thing in a one paper, one page. So how you are going to link this with the what starts on another? So you have to give a circle You may write 1 here and you may put 1 here. It means that this is linked with the 1 here. And then again you continue with your process. If you are going to the third page, you can put 2 here, and then another page it will start with the 2 at the top, means this is connected with this, not this is connected with this, because both are circle. That's why you need to put the number also. Then parallelogram, it shows input or output, or you can display the data also, whatever the data is being, like number of productivity data or something. And if the documents are being generated at a particular step, it is shown by this, if one document or number of documents. So this is how you use various shapes. As per the American National Standard Institute, that is NC, and ISO 5801, 5807 basically, they have adopted these symbols. So again, it can be different also. Some organization use different shapes, but somewhere it is written in their quality management system. When they prepare the process flow chart, somewhere it is written that yes, this symbol means this. So there is no confusion at all. You want to use certain other shapes, you are free to use that. Okay. But somewhere you have to write it. Whenever you submit the process flow, you have to submit the legends also, that what shape means what. So again, same, start or end, process steps, decision box, the direction of the process, start or end of the process, documents, multiple documents, input or output, can be a data also, the waiting period, and the linkage. This is all what data are, the symbols are used. How you are going to prepare a process flow chart? And this is the simplest way. There are so many things now. If you are IITF 16949 certified, then you have to use a very scientific process flow chart, which has to depict many things. It is not just the symbol. There are certain process characteristics, product characteristics, then the controls what you have. All these things needs to be displayed on the process flow chart also. So how you are going to prepare? First thing, you have to decide which process you want to make the flow chart, whether it's a heat treatment process, whether it's a dispatch process, whether it's a testing process, whether it's the, for example, you are manufacturing a bolt, so bolt manufacturing, screw manufacturing, explosive manufacturing, what kind of, and in explosives also there might be certain different categories. So you can say for which process or which activity you are preparing this flow chart. Then you need to list down all the activities included in that particular process. So a day-to-day example I am giving, washing process, which involves bringing the clothes, putting it to the machine, adding the detergent, starting the machine, selecting the mode of operation, soaking time, washing, rinsing, then again washing, rinsing, drying, checking, and then putting it to the drying again. So all these steps are there. You need to list down first. Now you are not arranged. Why you need to do this? So that you don't miss something. So in your process, when you are going to make the process flow chart, write each and every activity you are going to carry. For example, take the sample, test it, write down the results, check whether it is meeting the requirement or not, then take the decision, take the appropriate action, whatever, labeling, and then holding. All these things can be written down first. Now then arrange it in the sequence, which is happening when you can arrange the activities in a sequence. Now use the appropriate symbol for the activities and then connect the activities using the arrows. Now depending on the kind of flowchart you are making, flow diagram you are making, the amount of information to be put on can differ, whether you are making a very detailed or you are just making a brief process flow to make the auditor understood about your process, your customer have understanding about your process, some third party having just a slight understanding about your process. If you want to use it for certain things, use it by your own people, you may want to make it a very detailed one. Or maybe when the new employee join, you want to give them a brief introduction of the process, not the very detailed one. Because if you start giving them the detailed one at the start only, they are not going to understand in a one go. So you want to first give them a brief about your process. What you do, you make a uh, there are variety of the process flow chart you can prepare depending on the usage, and you should involve the people. Whatever the tools we are learning, the main thing is that it's a teamwork. You need to get the people involved. Okay, like in the flowchart also, get the people involved, listen to them also, listen what they have to tell you about their ideas also. The types of flowchart: high level process flow diagram showing only the major and important steps, no need to show them the intricacies about the your process. Then another is the detailed process flow chart. It shows all the steps, every small steps and activities in a process. And then there is a swim lane or matrix flow chart, which is basically used to show the responsibility of the people also, who is doing what. Okay, in the swim lane you will come to know who is doing what, how. For example, the swim lane you will have various columns. Okay, now you have various sections which are involved in that particular process, है ना? So for example, I am writing here stores. Okay, then material movement, M&M, then production, then quality. Okay, then packing, then warehouse, and then dispatch. These are all the section involved in the from production to this one. I am making a process flow, for example. So the activity is issuance of the material. So I will write issue in material. Issue material. Who's issue material is the activity. Oh na, this is the activity detail. Activity number may be 1 or 10, you can say 10, 20, 30, 40, you can go like that. So issue the material. Who is going to do? Stores is going to do. Now, then move the material to the production floor. So movement of the material to production floor, you write here completely. Now who is going to do? But you are not going to write here. You need to write here this activity, material movement. From here, it is going to this. Who will carry out? Material movement. Store will issue, material movement will take, and then receive the material. Who is going to receive the material? Receive the material. Receive the material from the material movement, production people will do. So it will go like that. Then carry out the production activity. So next net down it will go. Process the material. Then quality will check. So I am just showing here. Actually, it will go downside. So quality will check the material, okay or not. If it is okay, yes, it will go to the next step. Otherwise, it will go back to the stores. So the swim lane will be used to show who is responsible for the activities depicted in that process. So very easily you will understand visualization. Okay, Japanese companies are they do better. They have better quality management system, better control on the shop floor, better quality products being produced there, because they have a visual control, visual displays. So this is one of the kind where you will know who is doing what, who is responsible, when you is doing. So this will have a clear cut understanding. So this is called a swim lane or matrix flow chart. There might be many others, but for the sake of this course, we are sticking to this only. Now, what is the application of the flow chart? We have already discussed this. Flow charts help you to understand the process in a better way. Okay, it depicts the steps where more controls are required. It will show you where you want to control more, where you should focus more. It will help you to identify the improvement areas. By looking at the process flow, you can say, oh, we can improve here, can we improve here, can we improve the process movement here. It is a good tool to communicate the process with the process owners or stakeholders like supplier, customer, auditor, etc. It will help to plan and manage the project in a better way. It will help you to understand what activities can be parallelly done. When you make a process flow for the cooking, you will understand that the washing of the vegetable and chopping of the vegetable. Okay, this is the washing, chopping of the vegetable, and then there is a, you have to put the pan, put the oil and start heating it. But now to cut down the time, you can side by side do this. Depending on the what time you take for washing and chopping, you will put on the gas, you will put the pot or pan there, you will put the oil and let it heat, and now you will add the vegetables here. You will not wait for chopping and then you will start this. Certain activities can be parallelly done. Similar way in the industries, there are certain activities you can do parallelly. No need to wait for one activity to get completed. Got it? So in the process flow, it will give you better understanding about the sequences. It can help you to reduce the processing time, improve your productivity. For example, you have a machine, okay, and the output whatever is coming from here, after 15 minutes output comes out. Just take an example that you are putting this output, you have to put a tray, you collect this one, okay, in that after 15 minutes you remove this tray, you put another tray. Now you know that okay, you have to put the tray after 15 minutes. It means you must be having the trays nearer to stack nearer to this machine. Otherwise what will happen, after this finish you remove the tray, you will walk to the other area, you will collect the tray and then you put. The downtime will be there, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. But if the trays are here, there will be no downtime. You will just remove, you will just put it, you will start the machine and then you will put it to the designated area, so that you can improve your productivity. For induction of the new employees, to make them understand, make them understood about your process, I have explained this earlier also. The process flow can be used. So this is all about the process flow. That is the tool number 8. Now what we learned, so tool number 1 is the check sheet. Check sheet is a very simple tool, yet very effective tool, mostly used in the industries. You can see many check sheets, many checklists, many formats being used to collect the data and analyze the data day in day out, whether it's the productivity data, whether it's the downtime data, whether it's the sales data, marketing data, everything, the purchase data, everything is captured in a particular formats, particular check sheets. Then cause and effect diagram, a very important tool. Again, it help you to understand the probable causes of a problem, help you to understand what checks and balances you have in place. If no checks and balances are there, you need to put that one, so that in future this cause is not resulting the problem, not resulting into that particular effect. A brainstorming session is very important thing you need to carry out for the cause and effect diagram to be in a proper way. Then tool number 3 is the control chart. A little bit difficult to understand, but very good tool. A live tool you can say, which tells you whether your process is moving or running within the control limits, what is the positioning of your process, whether it is going or moving towards control limits, and it prompts you to take the action before damage is done. So it is a proactive tool you have in your hand. It is not like a postmortem thing. It is before the accident happens, you take the control. Got it? Then the scatter diagram to check the relationship between the two factors, between the two parameters, whether they are correlated, maybe positively, negatively, what is how they are correlated with each other can be checked using the scatter diagram. We have also seen how to plot the scatter diagram, how to plot the equation, line equation, what is the significance of the R square value. Then tool number 5, stratification, stratifying the data to get more insights about the categories and where to focus. Tool number 6 is the histogram. Again, very good tool to check how your process is performing, how your process has performed, your process, your supplier's process, yeah, the products which supplier has sent to you. You can analyze that using the histogram and see whether your supplier has a proper control on his processes, on his products or not. Then tool number 7 is the Pareto diagram, a stratified bar chart with the data arranged in a descending order and with a line showing the cumulative percentage. 80-20 rule telling you that vital few, trivial many. You have to focus on the vitals, vital organs. Like in our body there are vital organs, in organization there are vital issues. You have to focus on the vital issues. Definitely you don't have to let go the trivial issues, otherwise the trivial becomes the vital one day. So whatever the controls we have on the trivial one, the smaller issues, you keep that one so that you keep them in control, but focus on the vital ones. Okay, focus on the vital ones so that your performance is enhanced. Like your vital organs are there, you have to take care of the vital organs. That doesn't mean you doesn't take care of the other organs. You have to take care of that also. And heart is the your important organ, vital organ, kidneys. Okay, definitely you have to focus on them, but it doesn't mean that other organs you are not taking care of. If you don't take care of other organ, what will happen? They will become a they may become a vital one and create a problem for you. So in the industries, focus on the vital ones, but do not forget the trivials also, and keep the controls on them. So how you are going to remember this? It is C3 S2 SP, and the tool number 8 we have learned is the flow chart. Now that is the end of the training session. If you have any issues, you can ask me about the 8 tools we have learned. Otherwise, I will let you know about how you are going to get certification, how you are going to access the quizzes, what kind of quizzes are there. So first thing is that you need to register. Okay, so what I will going to do, I will just change the screen. Okay, and I will show you. Okay, is my screen visible to you now? Quality Mantra Management Consultants. Okay. And now when you type this URL name, I am going to share with this you also, qualitymantra.co.in. And in you will get the menu like this one. Mobile, same thing will be there, but it is arranged in a different way. Okay. In that, you have to first register. If you are not attended our training program earlier, you might not be having your username here. The username is apart from what you have made it on the GoToMeeting, that is different. This is different. Okay, this is for accessing the material on our website, accessing the quizzes on our website. I am going to share you the link for register also. Otherwise, you can go to qualitymantra.co.in and put the register. When you click on the register, you have to just put few of the information. Okay, and you can create your username and create your password. Please keep this username and password with you written somewhere. Okay, and then you click on the register, you will get registered. Now once you are registered, just drop me a message that your registration has been done. Then what I have to do, I have to allocate this course to you, 7QC tools, to your ID, so that you can log in with your username and password and access the training content which is allocated to you. आपको जो ट्रेनिंग हमने allocate किया हुआ है, assign किया हुआ है, उसका पूरा कंटेंट आप देख पाओगे. Now once done that, you go to the my account. Okay, username password आपने बना लिया. You told us, once I confirm to you that yes, now the course has been assigned to you, what you have to do, you have to go to the username, you have to go to the my account, and here you will either using your username or email address you use for registration and password you log in. Okay, once you log in, you will go to another screen, and after that you just click on the training courses. Okay, you click on the training courses, because after login also you are going to see the similar kind of thing. Go to the training courses, and there will be so many courses you can see. Out of that, go to the 7QC tools, because that is what is allocated assigned to you. You go to the 7QC tools and you click on view more. Okay, what you click? View more. And when you click on the view more, you will have a screen like this one. Now it has overview, curriculum, instructor reviews. Now you go to the curriculum, and in curriculum now you can see the recordings also, but these recordings are the old one. The new one I have already shared with you. Okay, if you want to go through the old one, you are free to go, there is no problem, and you can click on this, because we have kept 2 sessions videos there, the older one. So somebody wants to go through that, they can go through that. You can learn something new there also. Okay, and you click on the show more, because after that there are quizzes. So in the this session only, the older one, the quizzes are there. Quiz 1, quiz 2. Now, as I have not logged in now, I am seeing the lock here. If the course is not allocated to you or you are not logged in, it will show you as locked. It means you are not logged in properly or course has not been assigned to you. Now, if it is open, just click on that and you start. Okay, you will click. Now, it has been protected for me, so I cannot attempt it. But after, once you click that one, it will show you to click. It will show you start. So you start on that. And it's a multiple choice question. So you can keep on attending the question. And once you submit it at the end, there are 16 questions. Once you submit it, you will get instant score there. Take the screenshot of the score and share with us. Okay, it will show 80% is the minimum marks required. If you pass the exam, it will show you pass and it will show you the score. Take the screenshot, share with us. We believe on you, so you share the true score with us. Anyhow, I have the as I am an admin, I can go in the back end and I can check your score also.
and I can check from my backend what is the your score basically. And then the quiz number 2 is basically you have to attempt it offline. It means that you have to write the answer on a piece of paper or on an Excel sheet or something and share with us over a WhatsApp. Okay, when you click on this one, you will get that sheet here. A PDF file will be there. You can attempt the questions from there, or I can also share with you that quiz number 2. Okay, so one is online, one is offline. Online you directly get the score, offline you have to submit to me, I will assess it, and then I will tell you that okay whether you have passed or not. Once you complete that, we will issue you the certificate. If your score is uh, at par the requirement, we will issue you the certificate for the 7QC tools. Okay, in between if you have any doubts, in case during attempting you face any difficulty, let us know. Not an issue at all, and we are always there to help you out. If you have any issues with the login, any issues with the attempting the quiz, let us know. So apart from this 7QC tools, we have another courses also which we carry out time to time, and as you are in our WhatsApp group now, you will get notified automatically. SPC 9 hours training program is there where we gives the details about each and every control chart, the CPK values, PPK, the even little bit about the sigma values also, sigma level of your process also. Then we have a Kaizen training program around 3 to 4 hours. Then automotive quality core tools training is there for around 12 hours. ISO 9001 2015 quality management system auditor course is there for 30 to 32 hours. IITF 16949 internal auditors is there, and then 5 years basics 2 hours training program is there, and steel wire manufacturing technology 50 hours training program is there. So these are available for online access also. If you are interested in any of these courses which you want to learn through the videos and then attempt the quizzes and get the certification, contact us. We will let you know what is the procedure for that. Now if you have any questions regarding the course or any other general query, you can ask, or if you want to say something you can say so, and then we will close the session. I hope you people have enjoyed the session. I was able to enhance your skills to a certain extent, and I really appreciate you people that after finishing your day's work at the factory, you are dedicating your time, investing your time in learning the new concepts. These new concepts, these new skills, what you learn is definitely going to take you to a higher position in your career. It is definitely going to help you and enhance your confidence also. Upendra, don't worry about the score. If you get 80% below, you are going to get one more attempt, no issue at all. Okay, it happens certain time, some because of some technical problem also, it gets auto submitted, or by mistake you get submitted, your score is low. Don't worry about that. It is not that okay you have to pay extra for next attempt. You can attempt it many more times. Okay, but just before attempting, I would like you to learn about these things if you have attended the training program completely, because the assignment, the quizzes is based on the training program only. So you have attended it sincerely, so I think there will not be any issue. So what you can do, you can go through the assignment first, you check your score. If it is not one, already one extra attempt is there, you can utilize that. Even after that there is some issue, contact me, I will open up the another attempts for you people. Don't worry about that. Okay, so take the efforts. Don't worry about the outcome. Outcome, if your efforts are sincere, you sincerely take the efforts, your output will always be good. There is no doubt. You will get success. So that's all from my side. If you have anything to speak, you people. Yeah, thanks, Rahul, for your appreciation. And we would like you to see on many more training program. And just want to clarify you people, don't think that this training program is over means our interaction will end. In future if you have any doubt, about this course or any other things also, day to day working, any other, you can reach out to us without any hesitation. You know, we will try our best to help you out in that. Okay, so it's not matter of this training course only. After 6 months, after 1 year, after 5 years also, if you have some query regarding anything, we will try our best to resolve that. Okay, and we request you to share about this course with your colleagues also. If they are interested, they can reach out to us, and then we can plan this course for them. You know? In your organization also, if they want to plan a dedicated session, the people can, your HR can reach out to us. We can plan a dedicated session for your organization also. Okay, so thank you. Thanks once again for believing in Quality Mantra Management Consultant, and we hope you have enjoyed the session. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Good night. See you people in another training session. Okay. Bye bye, Vishnu. Bye.